giving my predictions for TNA Genesis on the 19th of January, which will be this Saturday. There is another TNA show coming out on Thursday, I believe, but obviously I'm going to record it and try and get it out before then. So if anything changes, I didn't know about it. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know every single little detail about TNA. I'm more of a WWE fan, but like I've started to watch TNA and I know most of the people there as well. So my predictions might be way off, but we'll try. I don't know the order either. So we're going to start with the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship, which is currently being held by Spitfire. It's the red and the green haired people. See, I know something. Okay, and they're going against Ash and Heather by Elegance. I only know partly of this. I've seen like bits and bobs of it, but with how long I've known them be champions for, I believe that we're actually going to get new Knockouts Tag Team Champions. I'm going to have Ash and Heather by Elegance win. That's my first prediction. See. Then we go on to the X Division title, which I love the X Division. Right, you've got Moose as the champion, who beat Speedball Mike Bailey, who was a fantastic wrestler in a great match. I even told my mate to go and watch it, and he's like, that is a good match. And he doesn't even really watch TNA. And he's going against Ace Austin. Now, with Moose not being the champion for that long, I don't think he's going to lose the title this quickly. I think they're going to just build it up a bit more. But then again, he might do, because he was a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. So like this could be like a transitional champion, really. But I'm still going to stick with Moose. Yeah. Then we go on to Josh Alexander versus Mike Santana. I don't really know much about Mike Santana. Right, I know he's a good wrestler. And you've got Josh Alexander, who I like anyway. I think it's great that he wrestles in his wrestling headgear thing. And when I was introduced to him, he was doing a story with, what's his name now? Eric Young. But when I rewatched a match when TNA put it out, obviously, on their weekly shows against Will Ospreay, I was like, yeah, okay, I like him. And just for that reason, I think he's going to win. That's the only main reason, yeah. Then we go on to the TNA Tag Team titles. The Hardys versus the Rascals. The Rascals are just so fun to watch. But I'm going to have to give it to the Hardys. For the similar reason, basically, as Moose hasn't been the TNA X Division champion for long. Neither have they, and I feel like it's going to be like a close call sort of thing. But either way, whatever happens, it's going to end in a respectful handshake off both of them anyway. So it's going to be a fun match to watch. You've got like the young versus the old, the new versus the old. The same thing really. Kind of like a Passion of the Torch if they win though. But the Rascals, a bit like Matt and Jeff when they were younger. But I'm still going to stick with the Hardys to win and retain their tag team titles. Then we go on to the TNA Knockouts World Championship. You've got Masha Slamovich versus Rosemary. Now, Masha Slamovich hasn't been a champion for that long, and I don't really see Rosemary being like a massive name that's up there sort of thing. So I'm going to have to go with Masha Slamovich so she can get more wins under a title, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you're just plain and simple guesses. Right. Then we've got, because there is 7 matches that have been announced, I believe. I don't know if anything extra is going to be announced. And I don't think any of these matches are actually like any stipulation matches. They're all just regular wrestling matches, I think. Might be wrong there, though. And then you've got Jordan Grace versus Tessa Blanchard, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, who returned in December after 4 years off, so I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not. So this is where it can be like a double-edged sword, because if Tessa has just returned, you're going to want her to basically win, because obviously you want her to look strong, because if she comes back after 4 years off and loses, that just makes no sense. Then you also don't want Jordan Grace to lose, because you want her to look strong, because I think she's going to go into the Royal Rumble. But then, put it this way, if Jordan Grace wins, she'll be in the Royal Rumble, right, but still be in TNA. Okay, but if she loses, she'll be in the Royal Rumble, but then stay with WWE. So which way do I go? I think I'm going to have to go. It was originally say Jordan Grace, but I think I'm going to have to go with Tessa. Yeah, so I'll change my mind to Tessa. I probably shouldn't do that, but I did. So yeah. Then we've got the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Is it called the World Heavyweight, or is it just called the World Title? Nick Nemeth versus Joe Hendry in a rematch. Because Joe Hendry won the Turkey Bowl match, I believe, at the last pay-per-view, which means he gets a rematch No, he doesn't get a rematch. He gets a title match, which is basically a rematch. Will Johnny Layfield get involved? Hopefully not. It's a bit confusing. See, similar situation to Jordan Grace. If Joe Hendry wins, right, do they want the TNA World Champion to be represented in the Royal Rumble? Because I do think Joe Hendry is going to be in there. But with how long he's been chasing it for, and Joe Hendry's hype, we'll call it, is definitely gone down, sort of thing. So I think they need something to build him back up. I think they must have been the champion for quite a while. So it'll be nice to see Joe Hendry basically with the win. So I'm going to give it to Joe Hendry. But then you got to think about Frankie Kazarian, who won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. I think it's like a battle royal. Yeah, it was sort of like a battle royal, and then the last two basically have a normal match. Great, I like that. So is Joe Hendry going to win? Then you're going to have Frankie Kazarian cashing in, is it called? I don't think he will. I reckon Joe's going to win, and then Frankie's going to come out, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, why don't you tell me your predictions, okay, and help me out in the comments if I need to know basically no more. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.